In this series, I'm going to be showing you how to make an RPG from scratch, something like this, where it has a dialogue system with choices, and also an inventory, along with traveling between different rooms with transitions. So let's get started. Welcome back. This is part 5 of the RPG series, and today I'm going to be showing you an alternative button system in case you are not wanting something you click with your mouse and more of a keyboard navigated menu. So we are going to keep this just in case you do want to keep that. It's very, very good to have for your other games as well. But we're going to make another function, call this button, button menu. And what this is just going to do is it's going to run a menu based on an array. Now, first we need an array. So if you go to your button handler, we're going to need something called button select equals 0. And that's just going to keep track of what button we currently have selected. And then we are going to say, button list, and just make that an empty array. I'm kind of winging this one, so this is not a system I am super comfortable with, but I will try my hardest, and I will make sure to cut the parts that I mess up so I don't look bad. But hopefully I don't mess up. So what we're going to do is, since we have the button list here, we're going to say button menu. So this one's going to be handled a bit different. We're going to do an initialize, and then also button menu run. Actually, we'll call it draw, because it is going to be ran on the draw event. So the initialize we need is going to be the button array. And that is actually it for that. We're going to say, button handler dot button list equals the button array. And then we're actually going to, let's also say just to be safe, select equals 0, just to make sure it doesn't go crazy on us since it's persistent. Now, in the button menu draw, we are going to say, first let's get the controls. We're going to say if keyboard check pressed, and this is going to be for the navigating. I'm going to say VK up. If we say VK up, that's actually going to be the button select minus minus. Ooh, I'm not going to one-line this actually, just to make it easier to read. And then I'm going to say if button select is greater than array length of button list minus 1. I am going to one-line this, though. Then we're going to say button select, since we're going down. Oh, wait, we're not going to one-line this. This is going to be crazy. Equals the array length. Sorry. This one has to be less than 0. And then that will be button select equals array length minus 1, which is going to be the max index. Now we're just going to copy that. And we're going to do VK down, which is going to be adding to the list. Adding to the button select. And now if this one is greater than this value right here, then we're going to say button select equals 0. And now that is all for the controls. Well, except for enter, I guess. So we should probably do that. And actually, before we do this, let's do a safety check. If the button list, if the array length of the button list is equal to 0, then return, because we do not want to try to do this if there is no list for buttons to even try. And we're actually going to show a debug message just so you guys know how to debug this, and say no list for menu. Perfect. And now we're going to say if keyboard check pressed, and this is going to be the key you want to actually select the menu. I'm going to do VK enter just for convenience. You can do whatever key you want. Keep in mind if you're doing a letter on your keyboard, you have to do ORD and then in quotations the letter. But I'm going to do VK enter. And what we're going to do there is say in the list. So the list is going to consist of multiple buttons. So we need the name of the button and the function the button activates. So it's going to be similar to how this one was handled, except not with all these fancy animations. We can, if you guys do want to see that, I can probably throw that into a future video. But it would not be part of this series. So, actually, no, I'm going to add that. That sounds awesome. Okay, so if you hit enter, we need to actually know how this list is set up. So now we're going to actually try to create a list. And just to make this a little easier, we're going to make a function just to format it. Button list add, or we're going to call it button list format. And we are going to pass in the string. So this is what the button is actually going to say. And then we're going to say the text scale. And then we're, yeah, text scale is very important. Well, the draw would actually make more sense. So we're not going to include that. And then we're going to say function arg1 equals undefined. And this is exactly what we did in the last episode. And arg3 equals undefined. Perfect. Just like that. And then we're going to say var but equals a struct. And we're going to say string is string. Function is function. And then we're going to say arg1. I know this looks really, really stupid. But again, it's always a trust the process kind of moment. Just like that. And then we are going to say return. Instead of we're not adding it to a list this time, because we're going to be putting this inside the list actually to format it. So now, if we go into button draw, now that we actually have a thing to do, we're going to find the index that we are hovering, which is based on the button select. So we're going to say, let's see, it's the button list. So we're going to take the button list, index, button select, dot function, and then, actually underneath this, let's say script execute. We're going to call that func. That's going to be the function that we're executing. And then we also have the arguments to pass, which, let's make this a little easier. Let's do button, and then now we could swap that out and just say button.function here, and we don't need to store that anywhere. And this is arg1, arg2, and arg3. Just like that. And now when we press enter, that will actually run the function with the arguments that were specified when formatting this. Now, you do see that when we say initialize, we need to pass in a button array. And I will show you how to make that. So if you go to your main menu, and I'm going to delete this button that I had, and I'm going to keep this button play. Now, in your create event, for whichever room you want this in, so this is the main menu object, so I have that in the main menu room. I'm going to say button list. Oh, it's two button list in it, and yeah. Let's do that. Button list, initialize, and now this needs a button array. So what we're going to do here is pass in an array, just like this. And we're going to say button list format. And this is going to be for every single button that we are doing. And keep in mind, we are not actually drawing the buttons yet, but I just want to show you how to format these before we draw it. We're going to pass in a string. We're going to say play. And then the function I have is this. So we're going to put that in the create event this time. Button play. Make sure that you don't have the parentheses. And we do not have any arguments for this button. So now that we have that, let's go into, and let's do a quit button, or let's do a settings menu. We're just going to have these all do button play function, but you can do whatever function you want to execute any command you want. And this one we will do quit, or game end, which is a built-in function. Just make sure you do not do the parentheses or else it will crash. Well, actually it won't even run, because when you run the game it'll instantly close. So now that we have those formatted in the list, now we can go into Draw GUI and say button list draw. Now this is going to take a couple arguments, so let's go ahead and do that. We need the X, Y. This is going to be based on the center of the list. Well, yeah, let's do it based on the center. No, let's do it based on the top of the list. That's a little easier. And we have the list that we actually have. And then we're going to do a scale and padding. So the padding between each button. Now, we're going to go under here and say draw list. We're going to do a for loop. This is going to be for the O button handler.button list, and then I++. So we're just going to iterate through the list and actually draw each button. But first we need to calculate each coordinate. So this is going to be based on X, or YY equals, and this is going to be based on the Y value. And now we're going to say plus I multiplied by padding. Now we're going to say var is hover equals false, similar to what we were doing with the previous button system. And now we're going to say if button select is equal to I, meaning that button index, then we're going to say is hover equals true. So now we know if we're hovering over. We're also going to do a color of C light gray. This is optional. And then I'm going to say if is hover color equals C white. And this is going to modify the text since we're not doing buttons this time. Well, I mean, they kind of are, but it's more of a list. Now that we have that, we need to calculate the middle of the text. So text center X, and this is going to be similar to what we did last time. X minus the string width of, sorry, I can't just pass string that time. I have to say, let's actually get the button data up here, equals that, and then the index button select, that is now pulling that data. Now we're going to say button.string multiplied by the scale, just like that. And then we're going to say var text center Y. I'm just going to copy and paste. Let's change that to string height. And I just realized I messed this up again. And then divide that by 2. Make sure you put those in parentheses and divide by 2. But keep the X and Y out of it. Now we're actually going to draw the text. And we're going to do draw text transformed. X, Y. I did it again. Use those variables we just made so we don't have to do the calculation again. And now we need to pull the string again, which we have right here. And then the X scale is going to be scale, and then 0 for rotation. Now, this will kind of work The only concern is it won't scale or do anything really weird, but it will draw the list. So if I go to the main menu and draw, I have to pass in X, Y, scale, and padding. I'm going to say the X is going to be half of my screen, which is 120. You could also say room width divided by 2, or you can do the camera width divided by 2, which is stored in the camera object. You can say camera.cam width divided by 2. But I'm just going to hard code it. And then the Y, I'm going to put 40. The scale, I'm going to do 1. Actually, I'm going to do 0.5. I'd regret 1. And then padding, I'm just going to do 16. And then since we have this list formatted and we have a list to draw, it will now draw the list. So if I run this, absolutely nothing. Wow. That's really weird. Well, that... Here, I will take one moment to find out the issue.